Hello guys, we're here in Luray Caverns. Yan yung entrance, paakit kami doon. Nasa likod niyan yung cave. It's windy here, but it's not busy. Perfect day, yun yung mga mountain. Parking lot is not full yet. We're gonna go inside the cave. Guys, we're here. We're going in. Diyan na yung entrance.
So here we are entering the cave, and this is the new entrance. They used to have an old one, but this one's a lot more spacious. And right away you can already see some stalactites. Stalactites are the one at the top, and stalagmites are the one at the bottom, just for reference, so you learn a little something something.
Now their names were Andrew Campbell, William Campbell, and Benton Stebbins. They were all walking above us, and they came across this really big sinkhole. Now at the bottom of that sinkhole was a tiny hole pushing out some really cold air, and it was a hot day, so that was kind of weird. So they dug down for about 4 hours until they came across an opening. Marked right behind you guys with that black cross up there. And then the smallest man, Andrew Campbell, he came sliding in down here with only one tiny candle. The first thing he saw is at the front of our room up here, and he named this the Washington Column after George Washington. Now if you guys ever have a question, feel free to come up and ask me. But up ahead, our next stop is called the Amphitheater.
So just sit back, grab some popcorn, and just look at these amazing formations in Luray Caverns and learn some of its history.
Alright everyone, so down here over the railing is Skeleton's Gorge. Now the reason why it's called that is because at the bottom of this column right down here, the early explorer Andrew Campbell found the remains of a young Native American girl at the very bottom of this column. Now he found her bones buried in about 5 inches of calcite, and that means that she was already here for about 700 years before they could find her. But they could only find her bone fragments though, not the entire skeleton. So we do not think she died inside the cave. And back when the early explorers came in here, they made the first and only entrance at that time. So there wouldn't be a way for her to be alive when she was down here. Now our major theory is that she died on the surface. They got buried above us and inside of a sinkhole. So one day when it rained really heavily, she kind of got pulled down here through all these cracks in the ceiling above us. And then parts of her bones got washed away to this column down here. And they named that the Princess Column in her honor. We used to have her bones on display right beside the column until 1921. Now that's because it became illegal back then to have bones be put on display if they have not been identified yet. So right now they're over at the Smithsonian Museum in DC for storage and research in the archives. You guys can still see them if you go to the archives, but they are not officially on display. And right now we are also 100 feet below the surface. Our next stop is going to be right around this corner. We're going to see Pluto's ghost for the second time. So Pluto's at the very bottom of the chasm. Again, it's that big white column. And we're going to see Pluto's ghost one more time a little bit later. And we're going to get even closer the next time we see it. Now up ahead, we're going to be going to our Overland Chamber, and that has our biggest and oldest formation. Here beside me is Saracen's tent. Now this is a drapery formation. So with regular stalactites, the water comes straight down, making that cone shape. But for these draperies, the water will go off a ledge and at an angle. And since the water is going off that ledge, it kind of makes it Geographic as the most perfectly formed drapery in the world. And if you guys take a look directly inside of Saracen's tent right over here, this is called our cave bath towel. Now that is only 1/8 of an inch thick, and that's why you can see light that shines right through it. Now if you guys take a look over the railing down here to your right side, this is our great fallen stalactite. Now, if you guys can see, it is flat, so that means it did fall, obviously. And it fell from this flat spot right here in the ceiling. Now, I'll tell you guys all about that on the other side so we can see it a little bit better. Now, on the way down there, there's a stalactite and stalagmite in the pathway, so please be careful. Down here is our great fallen stalactite. Now, this fell about 7,000 years ago. And we can tell because of the secondary growth that grew over top of it after it fell. You can see how the end of it kind of fused together with this column over here. Now this is the last thing known to fall in the cavern, and it fell from a massive earth disturbance. We cannot tell exactly what made it fall because it happened so long ago and there is no evidence. Now most people think, oh, obviously just an earthquake made this fall. Now we had an earthquake here in Luray a few years back in 2011. It was in the middle of the day, and people were in picnic on a tour just like you guys are right now. And they did not feel anything. That's because down here we have super thick bedrock that surrounds us on all sides. And it kind of acts like a shock absorber. So because of that, you don't really feel anything while you're down here. And because of that, this is also our town's bomb shelter. So if you cannot feel an earthquake, then what made this fall? We have no idea, and there is no way to really tell. But these things also don't just fall off for no reason. Stalactites hold 10 times their own weight. And this one down here weighs about 170 tons. And that's around the weight of 25 elephants. Now even though this one's so heavy, it didn't shatter when it fell, because back then, everything right down here beneath it was all mud and water. And that kind of cushioned its fall. Now if you guys take a look right here above us on the ceiling, this room has our most stalactites, over 5,000. So up ahead, our next stop is going to be our deepest point in Giant's Hall. There's a really big stalactite on the way there, so please watch out for that. Everyone, so right now we're about 164 feet below the surface. Now that's on the side of the 16-story building. If you guys take a look right back here behind you to the front of our room, this is our double column. Now that is our tallest formation at about 47 feet high. We also have a meeting board. It's called our writing room. And that's because at our next stop, right around this corner, we had about 500 weddings down here and 200 proposals. Now, all around the room, we have some Disney-themed formations. If you guys take a look right up here beside the double column, this is a jellyfish from Finding Nemo. And right underneath that, back here, is Cinderella's castle. Now, if you guys turn around and look all the way back here, this is our sunken Titanic. And right beside that is our mermaid's tail. You guys also probably saw we have a little dark hallway right there behind that chain, and that is called our Palace of Splendors. Now that was opened back in 1920 as a group photo room. Now we cannot go back there anymore because it's the only place in the entire cave that floods. So now on the dry seasons we just use it as a wedding chair storage place, and that's about it. So is our great stalactite organ. Now I know it does not seem like it, but that is the largest musical instrument in the world. Now this is because we use the stalactites in the cave to make all its musical notes, like this one right here above me. Now these are spread all the way throughout 3.5 acres of the cavern, and this room is right in the center of them. Now this device up here is called a solenoid. What that'll do, it'll send up a tiny plunger and that will tap these stalactites to make the note. And this one up here is note B flat, and there are about 37 of these solenoids all spread throughout the cave. Now this was invented by Mr. Leland W. Sprinkle back in 1954. This took him about 3 years to finish it, and he tapped thousands of stalactites down here. And we're going to hear this play today as well, but I have no idea how to play that. I'm just going to go back there and press a button. since we get about 500,000 visitors every year. Now, this is our very last stop, so if you guys have any questions at all, I'll be at the very end of the tunnel, so ask me anything you guys like to know about. You can also visit all of our museums for free with your tickets. Thank you guys for coming on my tour. You can follow me out.
So the audio on this clip was a bit strange, so I'm going to voice over, but this is us walking out of Luray Caverns, and I've been here 3 times, and each time I really love seeing the stalactites and the stalagmites and all of the crazy formations that happened in this cave that took millions of years to form. And if you're ever in the area, I definitely recommend heading to Luray Caverns, Virginia, because it's a great drive, and my mom and I have a lot of fun, and it's really nice because you see Earth at its finest, and you just get to see all the wonderful things Earth has created, which is that cave. So anyways, this is the end of the video. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe and like this video. Alright, bye-bye.